Hello friend, welcome to ehiddenbrain.com. Today we'll see a question and that question will be having two subparts of it. The same question I can say construct a DFA, you can say a minimal DFA that accepts all strings of A's and B's, A's and B's, right? Where Dibit is as a substring, Now let's try to understand this question. Where Dibit as a substring. So this will be the first part of the question, I will say, and then there will be second part where Tribit as a substring, okay. So now let's try to tackle the answer for the question, and the question, let's try to find the first answer. So now Dibit as a substring means simple. Always the best way is to follow the language, to have a language and to have at least 5-6 words in it or strings in it. So Dibit means A is allowed. Understand, A, B is not allowed. It's not Dibit. Dibit means the two same bits, right? So this is different bits. Even BA is not allowed. That way you should be able to understand. Then BB is allowed. Yes, BB is allowed. Dibit as a substring. Now if A is there and then it is followed by B, doesn't matter because already A is a substring. They say just a substring, understand? Then similarly BB, A is also allowed, right? Now I can say A is also allowed, B is also allowed, right? And then comes something like this, B comes first and then A comes. Yes, that is quite allowed. Or you can say A comes first and then two B's. Yes, that is also allowed. So that way you must be able to draw some words or some strings in a given language, right? So now let's try to build the given stuff, right? So let's see how the things works here. So simple, let's try to draw automata for the smallest string. So this is for smallest string, I can say. Yes. Now the next smallest string is BB. So can I draw BB transition on the same line? Let's see what happens. Yes, I can, but the problem is, you can see here, now A and B can be accepted, means AB is accepted in this automata, understand? Though AA is accepted, though BB is accepted, see what strings this is accepting, A is accepted, BB is accepted, but even AB is also accepted, which should not be accepted, and even BA is also accepted, which should not have accepted. It means this is not a correct DFA, I can say. This is not a correct DFA. So let's move to the correct DFA. What will be the correct DFA? AA and BB should be separated so that there should not be any confusion, and it is very simple. What I will do is, if something like this happens, you better create two transitions, and the two transitions will be something like this. I'll say this path follows AA, right, and this path follows BB, okay. Yeah, so this is S2, S3, and you can call this as S4. Now this path is for AA, you can say, and this path is for BB. So can you able to understand this? Yes, now you can see that AA is accepted, BB is also accepted. It's a quite good thing now. There is no confusion. Now you are not able to get AB as a substring. It is not possible with this path. So this is done. I can say these two are done, right? Now next thing is AAB. Understand? So it is quite possible that you will get a string like this. A, and then B, right? So yeah, Dibit should be done like this, and then whatever you get, it's really of no tension, right? So once you get A as a substring, yes, whatever you get, now see, they said just a substring on which location or in which context or in which indices of the string, they never said that. So it means yes, this is quite valid if you get a as a substring at the start and then you get whatever you really required. So it means I will put a loop of ab here. I will put a loop of ab here. Understood why I did this? Because if I get a as a substring and then I really get anything, like I get a and then b a b like this. Yes, a is a substring and my job is done. Whatever I get now, it's really of no worried or really of less importance for me. So that's why I put a loop of ab here. So you can see this S1 is in DFA. S1 is in DFA. S4 is also in DFA because transition of AB is present on S1 and S4. But what about S2 and S3? You can see that on S2 transition of A is there. It means transition of B is missing there, and on S3 transition of B is there. It means transition of A is missing there. So now let's see how to tackle this problem. How to have, let's say, what if B comes here? You can see this. Once I get A and then I get a B here somewhere, right? Because A is already there. What if I get B? It means I am having a string A and then suddenly I got B. It means definitely this should not be accepted, but there is a quite chance that the next B can come, right? So on this state, if I get a B, I should get next B to accept the string, right? So definitely what I will do is I will put a transition of B here. Are you able to understand? See, if on S2 if I get B, so A was there. On S2 I got B, so I will try my best to get the next B to accept the string, right? So yes, that is the best way of doing it, and that's why this loop is here. Similarly, if B comes and then after that A comes on S3, quite possible, right? B comes and then comes A, so you should be able to get second A, and that's what I will do is I will put a next transition of A here, and that way I will get the next A. You can able to see that I got a B, then I get a A. Then if you really want to accept this string, so A must be there, right? So that's what I think this will be the correct one. And you can see this S3 is also in DFA because A is covered, B is covered. S2 is also in DFA because A is covered and B is covered. And hope this is the correct DFA. Let's try to validate our strings. Is AAB is accepted? AAB, yes, AAB is accepted. Is BBA is accepted? Yes, BBA is accepted. Is AAA is accepted? AAA, yes, AAA is accepted. Is BB is accepted? Yes, similarly BBB is accepted. What about BAA? See, you can see that BAA, yes, it is accepted. What about ABB? ABB, yes, it is also accepted, and hence I think this is a machine M1, you can say. This is machine M1 which solves the first problem where Dibit is a substring, right? Now what I will do is I will try to find the answer for the next question, where the next subpart is Tribit as a substring. So what is Tribit as a substring? You can see this Tribit means the language which we are worried about will be, come on, let's draw the language. This was the first part of the question. Now I will be having a second part and I will be having a language in it. What are the language? Tribit. So A is there, B is there, right? A, B there, or B, A there. Something like these strings you must be able to accept. Or if I have AB, then I can have again A, and then I must require 3 A's. Something like this strings are required. So you should be able to draw some strings here, right? Now let's try to accept the first string. How to accept the first string? Similarly, same. This finite automata and this finite automata will be having a resemblance in it, in the sense that A and BBB will be having a different path. So let's have that path. This is A. This is next A, and this is the final A. Understood? Now I get a B, next B, and the final B. These are the transition S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, S6. All these are the 6 states now. And then this is AAA, this is BBB. Are you able to understand now? It means A is accepted and B is accepted. Yes. So these two strings are accepted. Now what about A and 3 B's? It means if I get A and then I get a B. So yes to our, so it means something like this you have to do. You can see this. If I get A first and then get a B, it means how many B's are still required? I require still 2 B's, and that's why this is the transition. And similarly, if I get a B first and then get A, means again I will put a loop of transition of A there. So it means B, A and then 2 A's. Understand? It means these two are accepted now. Now the next part is, what if I get AB and then I want triple A? You can see this. I get A, B and then I want triple A. So yeah, that is quite done. AB and then I want triple A. Yeah, that is also accepted. One more thing is, this state S4 and S5 is in not DFA. You can see this. S1 is in DFA. S3 is in DFA. S2 is in DFA because A is covered, B is covered. On S3 also B is covered, A is covered. Now S6 and these three states S4, S5 and S6 are not in DFA. Why they are not in DFA? Because on S4 I have transition of A, but transition of B is missing here. It means look here, if I get A and then I get B here, understand, I get A and then I get B, it means I required 2 more B's to complete this string, right? I required 2 more B's to complete this string. So where I will put a transition, if I put a transition of B here, what will happen? You will get only 1 B here. So it's better you go back and say this is for B. Understand? You can see this A, B and then 2 B's. Yes, quite correct. So this is accepted. Similarly, here you can say that on BB and then you suddenly get A here. You got B and then here on S5 you get A. And then if you put a loop, if you put a transition of A here, then what will happen? You will get only 1 A. So it's better you take this back here and you call this transition as A. Right? Now you can see that B, A, yes, and then you will be getting 2 A's, yes, and that will be the correct thing. Now one more thing, if I get A as a substring and then B, A, something like this, is it a valid? Yes, it is valid because A is a tribit here already. It means, see here, A, I got it, and then whatever number of A's and B's you get, we are really not bothered about, and that's why the loop of AB on the state S6. So I can call this as a machine M2, which accept the second language, which is the Tribit. I hope this is clear. Thank you very much.